Hey y'all, it is Carla and I am back from vacation. If you haven't seen my vacation video, check it out. So, I've been thinking about this all day. I haven't really had much sleep last night. Today's been kind of a distracted driving day. So I'm going to talk about two things. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is identifying your car for deliveries. If you ever done Lyft, you know they send you these little stickers to put in your windows so that people can identify that you're a Lyft driver. So today I've been driving around. I'm thinking, should I put something in my window, on my car? I don't know. Just thinking of just trying to troubleshoot, I guess, ways to identify my vehicle or myself, I guess, as being a delivery driver. And being that I'm not actually an employee of Walmart or anything like that, I was just wondering, how would I work around that? Putting Walmart on, a logo, Spark, whatever. So it was funny that I was thinking about that because I'm in Indiana and I'm kind of on the border of Michigan. So sometimes my orders will be picking up in Michigan and making deliveries there. So quite often I'll have some suburban / rural-ish. Yeah, I've even had rural deliveries, and so I want to make sure that people know that I'm a delivery. So what I've been doing recently is making sure that my four ways are on, my flashers, so that that does kind of stand out that I'm making a delivery or something. I'm not just somebody hanging out. So today I was making a delivery in a rural-ish area, and so I pull up to the house. The house is on my right side. I pull up. I'm still in the street, I didn't pull into the driveway, and I put my flashers on. And so as I'm going through the process, I'm at the delivery location, and I'm getting ready to hit got it, that there are little orders for whatever type of delivery it is, and then get ready to scan. So I'm in my car doing this first few steps, and I look out across the street, and there's a house literally across the street, and it's a small street, and there's a dog in front of this person's house, and I'm looking at it because I'm like, is this a real dog? Because he was sitting very still, and okay, I'm just praying, okay, he'll just stay there and I can make my delivery and be on my way. So as I'm getting out of my car, this gentleman walks up, this guy who has a red face and a red neck, and he comes out and he's inquiring, as to who I am. I'm thinking to myself, this has nothing to do with you. I'm not even at your house. So, I'm polite about it. It's I'm Walmart delivery. And then he's, starts having this conversation about, people coming up in their cars and they're not marked, and Amazon delivery, whatever. And so I'm basically just trying to de-escalate the guy, or just kind of keep the conversation, cool, because he seems like he's about to get all worked up about it. And so he started talking about, putting something on your car so people know this and that. And so I was finally able to break away. Hate to rush, but I'm on a time limit. So then he starts asking me, across the street now, because I went over to talk to him because he's trying to have a conversation from his porch. I'm like, I can't hear you from over there. So he comes down and he's talking, and so then I'm trying to get back across the street to my car so I can make this drop. And so then he starts asking me about the pay, because he's like, he knows somebody who might be interested. So I ended up making a delivery. The gentleman whose house I was actually delivering to comes out, and I'm walking away. I'm like, oh, concerned neighbor. And he chuckles, because I'm literally sitting in front of his house for 5 minutes, because his neighbor wants to have a chat about his gripes about people making deliveries and their cars not being marked. And he said that, I guess there were some incidents in their area. But anyway, but that leads me to the thought that I was already having for the day. Should I come up with a way to label my car? Do I want that? So, you let me know what you think. Is your car labeled, identified? I'm kind of on the fence with this one because, in those rural situations, yeah, it does help, but I don't want to be driving around with my car labeled that I'm a delivery driver. So I don't know if there's a way that, I could, because he had mentioned something about magnets or whatever. So I don't know. I will come up with something. Maybe talk with my husband about it because he's good about that kind of stuff. See what his thoughts are. But I'm just trying to figure out, because it would be helpful, especially being out here like in these rural areas, and people like that guy, overly concerned about what's going on in his area. So yeah, that was just something that was kind of like a standout for me. Like, yeah, I have a video idea, and I can get on and talk about it and see what you guys think. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about labeling your car or identifying yourself. Maybe I can have a vest. I don't know, something, so that in these rural areas I'm able to, I kind of semi-identify myself as being a safe person. So if I come up with something, I will let you know about that. Okay, on to the next thing. I've been experimenting with starting today, with the IKEA shopping bags, and I will put it up here somewhere. So those shopping bags that you get when you go to IKEA, I already had one, and so I was going to start using that to see if that would help me with transporting multiple bags instead of going back and forth or whatever. So I used it today, and I found it to be helpful. The people that load, the Walmart associates that load the items onto the car, I think I'll just have them put them in the car, or say, it kind of worked the second time I did it when I said, leave the jugs out, because they're putting it in the bag, and there's no way I can carry, 5 gallons of water plus stuff. So, that worked just by kind of giving them a little bit of direction about how I want the stuff loaded. So that was kind of my trial, because I do want to order some bags. I don't live near an IKEA, so the nearest IKEA is like an hour and a half away. So that was kind of my trial to see if it's even worthwhile ordering more bags. And it seems to be working for me today. I didn't want to use, I tried the basket thing. I mentioned that in a previous video. I didn't like having like baskets in my car. I don't know. I just didn't want, it was just taking up too much space. So I think this would be a better idea, because then I can fold them down and stow them, as opposed to leaving bags. I know initially the idea was that I would be able to go back and forth between Spark and Lyft, but with this wagon being in here, and I'm not going to not have my wagon, I don't think that's going to be an option. But I still don't want to have the baskets. So I think having the IKEA bags is going to be, a pretty good alternative to having totes or a laundry basket to carry items to the house. So that was something that I am trying today, and it seems to be working out well for me. Again, any more suggestions or ideas, let me know, because I'm always open to ideas to try to make this, easier and more efficient. I'm having back pain problems, so anything that will help will definitely be, any tips or anything will definitely be helpful. So thank you for that in advance. And so that's pretty much it, and I will see you in the next one.